Hello with y'all today. My name is Kamarian,
I'm Josephine.
and today we are here interviewing
Coach Kylie with Tennessee Wesleyan Women's Volleyball.
Well, glad to have you. Thank you for making it out here and stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll just go ahead and get into the first thing we're going to talk about. And
We wanted to congratulate you on your 20 wins.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How does that feel, being like the most winning team in T-Dub history?
It feels great. It's a crazy feeling because when I started here in 2022, we literally had one win. So now to be at year 4 and to have 20 and to gradually continue to progress, it just shows you that if you stay consistent and work hard, that it's going to pay off at some point.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. And making it the 20th win was the game last night. How do you feel about that game?
It was a great win. And for me, I actually went to Milligan. So now they've become our rival. So the coach that is still there, she was my coach. And then I also coached there for 5 seasons before I took the job here. So it was a big rival game. So to end on a win, a 3-0 win at that, to sweep them, and then it to be Milligan, it was huge.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know your old coach probably liking you right now.
You're like, oh, dang.
Yeah. But how do you think the season went for y'all? Like, what do you feel that you could have either worked on, or like, just how do you feel about it overall?
I think, well, obviously this has been our best season yet. So we continue to try to just stay consistent in practice from start to finish on doing the little things well. If we can do the little things well, then again, that's going to produce the bigger results. And that's what we try to focus on the most, not even the outcome of wins and losses. If we're taking care of business and upholding our standard to do the little things well, then it's going to show up. As far as, I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah, that's the biggest thing we harp on. We work on.
For sure. What inspired you and like made you want to become a volleyball coach?
Oh man. Yeah. Honestly, I went into education. So I was a physical education major. So I actually started teaching coaching at the high school level. I don't know. I think I actually just got into it for extra money. Obviously, I love volleyball, but it was just a little side hustle for me in the beginning, and then my teaching passion, went over into a coaching passion for the game of volleyball, which I love. And now I can't see my life without it.
So how long were you a high school coach for?
2 years, yeah.
2 years, and then you came straight here?
No, I went to Milligan. Yeah,
and
for
then
5, and then came here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So like you were an athlete first?
I played college volleyball, at Milligan.
At Milligan?
When did you start playing volleyball?
Oh, man. 8th grade. I actually didn't make the team in 8th grade. I was asked to be a practice player. I stuck it out. I was a practice player. But by the end of the season, I ended up playing. So I played JV, and then I played varsity, and then it was pretty much history after that.
Wow. Well, what's a early moment in your career that like made you know that like coaching was like for you and like your calling?
Playing or coaching career?
We can start with playing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't really. Well, I would say I was a student assistant at Milligan, so like I had to finish and do my student teaching. So I actually served as a student assistant for like that fall semester. So I'd say that's kind of where it started. Of like, okay, I could see myself doing this, but I'm not 100% yet. But volleyball just came natural to me, so that's where it started, for sure.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I played basketball and softball in high school as well. Yeah.
What made you choose volleyball out of all of them?
I just never got tired of it. And I did start playing it later. Like softball and basketball I played from when I was younger. Yeah. And so it was newer. Nobody in my family knew anything about it. And I loved that part of it. But also I never got tired of it. So
that's cool. Point of view, what's like the most common mistake like young players make, like freshmen and stuff coming in?
Man, I don't know. I guess you could say they just sometimes the errors that they make are, you can notice a difference sometimes. I'm not going to say that for every freshman, but sometimes certain mistakes in games, you can tell that they're younger as opposed to a senior.
Yeah,
Does that make
someone
sense?
who's more seasoned.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you like motivate your freshmen if you can tell they're
Frustrated.
lacking? Yeah.
I just tell them to keep going, like keep working, keep swinging. Like if they've made multiple errors in a row, I just tell them like it's gonna come at some point. Obviously, I'll give them little pointers of things that they can fix or fine tune their skill, but like keep going, keep swinging. Like it's gonna turn over at some point.
Got you. How would you describe like your coaching style?
I would say I have more of a cooperative coaching style. And that's not necessarily like, oh, I let my players say whatever, but we do have a back and forth relationship of like, I pretty much lay the blueprint out in the beginning. This is how I want things to look. But now that you've been given it, I want you to take it and run with it. Make it your own. Be light and loose in our gym.
What do you value like the most in a player? Like skill, attitude, or like effort?
Definitely attitude and effort are the most important for us. Those fall under our standards. Those are things that you can always control. So those are definitely the most important things for us.
Got you.
Yeah.
How do you like motivate athletes who struggle like with confidence first getting out there and stuff? Like,
It's a great question. I think just talk them through it. Like even if it's every rep, trying to talk them through it, at least give them something. And then when they do it right, like give them the praise, give them the encouragement that they need to know, okay. And then if they mess up, and reinforce something positive again, so then it kind of takes the heat off of the fact that they did make a mistake and that they can, gives them the confidence to move forward for the next contact.
how do you balance like individual improvement with team success?
That's tough. I mean, we try to work on individual things in practice all the time. Like we'll split up and do positional training and things like that. So we try to balance those things so we can work on individually what we need to. And then we always try to, create that transition of where they can apply the individual things that they're improving on into our play. And I think we have seen that from the start of our season to now, the finish of that all coming together.
Can you like give me like a day in the life of like a volleyball coach?
Oh my gosh. I would say, in the morning, wake up, coffee is one of the first things that we go to. Well, this is actually tea, but, and then come to the office, check emails, go through recruiting stuff, and then definitely preparing for, this is in season, day in the life. Go through recruiting emails, make sure we're taking care of anything that's been left over from the weekend, like all the business stuff, receipts, all those things you have to turn in. And then I would say starting to game prep. You're prepping for whoever you're playing on Tuesday. We play every Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. So if it's a Monday, we're coming in prepping for Tuesday game, watching film, trying to just watch all the tendencies of hitters and all that kind of stuff. And then playing practice around that, and then practices later in the day, kind of chill out in between that time, practice, and then go home, do it all over again.
Yeah, I see.
What's your favorite thing about the recruiting process?
Ooh, I think just the connections that you get to make with players. Like, there's some players that I've actively recruited that didn't even come here, but like if I see them in passing, like there's still conversation, So I think it's just, that's the cool thing about sports is you get to connect with people, and whether they choose you or they don't, like you can still have a connection with them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, as a person who doesn't really know anything about
Yeah.
volleyball, like can you like tell me the different positions and like what do they do on
Yeah.
the court?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got 6 players on the court.
Okay.
Okay, so you have a setter. And we call her the quarterback because she touches pretty much every ball. Okay, so she's the one that sets our hitters.
Okay.
So you got front row players, back row players. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far.
Okay, so you've got a setter, you've got an outside hitter, you've got a middle hitter, and you've got an opposite or a right side hitter. Okay, so those are your 3 offensive pieces in the front row. And then you've got your defensive players. So you've got a left back defender, you have a middle back defender, and then depending on where your setter is, they can play front or back row.
Okay.
They can set from the front or the back row. But we run what's called a 6-2 offense. So you've got 2 setters, and they're always coming from the back row. So then that way you always have 3 hitters in the front row.
Got you.
But a libero is also the position. They wear the different color jersey.
Now, them, I think I know about them.
Okay.
They're like
They're
the
the best-
fastest.
Best passer.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, they're normally your most consistent passer. They get to run 6 rotations. Everybody else has to rotate out after 3 rotations. So they count as a free substitution, and they can go in and out. They normally go in and out for the same people, but they can go in and out for others as well. But yeah, they're normally your go-to passer, whether it's serve, receive, or defensively.
So, like, is the way that you set up the team, like, on the court, is that, like, how most people would set it up? Or, like, is that y'all, like, own personal thing?
Everybody has their own, like, they run things a little bit different, or because you can start in any rotation that you want to. So normally there's 6 rotations, so we always start just in our first rotation. Some teams may start in rotation 3 and have, like, their middle or their outside serving first, but we normally have our setter serve first.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of different to me because
Yeah.
I always go to, like, the volleyball games, but I
Yeah.
just never know what's going on. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
and it is a lot because the rotations, like, when you're set up, you have to be in certain positions. Certain people can't be in front of certain people. Certain people can't be on this side of certain people. Otherwise, you get called out of rotation. But as far as just how the setup goes, like, some coaches will specifically start in a certain rotation to defend the other team the way they want to defend them. Yeah.
So if you get called out of rotation, what happens?
You could lose a point. Yeah. That happened to us twice last night. But we were in rotation. It's just our setter was back row, so she was leaving too early from the serve, so they called us out of rotation. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Speaking of going to the games, at least I've gone to the games,
Yeah.
your bench has a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Even when you're losing, I've seen, like,
Yeah.
in the game's tight. I remember going to the Milligan game
Yeah.
at Milligan, and it was a very tight game,
Yeah.
and the bench just stayed energized.
Yeah.
How do you work the energy on the bench?
Yeah. Or are you the one who takes
Yeah.
that? Or, like,
No, I mean, that comes from them, but we do try to, like, keep everything in our gym. We want the environment to be highly competitive, but we also want it to be loud and energetic because volleyball is a game of runs and it's a game of momentum and the emotion is high and low. But so we talk about, like, energy being contagious. So even if, like, and especially when we're on the road, like, we have to create that energy for ourselves. We get a little more of it with our fans here at home, but if our bench is always loud, then that's giving those that are on the court something. It works both ways, on and off the court, So we love it. We love to see the energy on the sidelines.
Yeah, I know, especially here, like, I'd be going to the volleyball games. I hear people barking. Roof,
Yeah,
roof,
there's
roof.
a lot.
It's a lot of energy in there.
Yeah.
I think I like that the most.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, my high school, where because I'm a freshman, like, you didn't really, like, see too much of that.
Yeah.
But, like, coming here and seeing the energy and stuff, that's
And it really does matter, because even if we were to be down in a set, and let's say we don't even win the set, but if we get momentum towards the end of the game and our bench is being loud and energetic, then we can take that momentum from the set that we lost into the second one. It always matters, moving from set to give us momentum to do better in the second set.
Yeah.
So,
Attitude matters a lot.
Yeah.
How you carry yourself for sure.
yeah.
But what's like one drill or training method you think like every team should use, like a go-to that's like gotta be in there?
Ball control.
Ball control.
Yeah. So it's just you're doing a bunch of drills that just requires you to control the ball, whether that's in a very controlled setting or whether that's in a chaotic setting. Because if you don't have ball control, you can't get the ball to your setters, and your setters can't get the ball to your hitters. So that's the biggest thing that we do in our gym, is being consistent in that. And I think you got to have that first and foremost.
Got you. So like, is it like super duper important how you like hit the ball? Cause like,
Yeah, I mean, technique-wise, yes. Because, and that's another thing that we were kind of going back to talking about freshmen. I think the biggest jump from high school to college is a lot of times you can just rely on your athleticism. But when you get here now, okay, you gotta have the athleticism and you gotta have the skill. And you've got to like make sure that you're relying on your fundamentals and your form, because that's what's going to take you far. Your athleticism will as well, but you got to have both.
So last night ended your regular season.
Yeah.
I know I've seen y'all are going to postseason.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you preparing for that?
Well, first, it's just a lifting day for us, which is not going to be anything crazy, like just active recovery, because that's important. But then we'll practice tomorrow because we have recruits coming in, but then they get the weekend off. So we're going to do that first, take care of our bodies, and then come back on Monday through Wednesday. We'll practice, and we'll just be preparing for whoever it is that we're going to play. So I'm not sure where we'll finish. We'll either finish 5th or 6th, which is good. So we'll play on Friday. Because there's other games on Thursday. They're like considered play-in games. So we'll be preparing for whoever that is.
got you.
Yeah.
In the weight room.
Yeah.
Like, what's the lifts look like? Are y'all always lifting heavy, or is it like light plyos?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely more right now. It's just maintenance. Like if we don't have a full week of games, we might lift a little bit heavier just to maintain strength. But for the most part, you've got a couple lifts in there, like squats or a deadlift, and then everything else is just like isometric, single leg stuff that's just trying to keep everything healthy, really.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh no. I went through most of my questions. So like team leaders on the team, like, do you have more than one, or do you just like keep one?
Oh, we definitely have more than one. I think this year we've had the majority of upperclassmen, so you see it in spurts from everybody. But I think one voice that we constantly hear on our court is Gracelyn Jackson. She's a junior, crazy, but she's a constant voice on our team, whether she's on the court or off the court. So she's been constant in that. Bailey Dalton, Allie Hibden, they're our setters, so they've done a great job of leading our floor. Megan Thompson is our libero, and she's out. She fractured her foot. She's been a great leader by action and by voice. Now her role is different, so she's been leading by voice on the sideline. Amaya Sutton has had a great season for us on the court. This has probably been her best season yet. And who else do we have? Really, everybody does a great job of contributing by, action or by voice. Nia Hudson's one of our freshmen. She's a beast in the middle. We have, I feel like I could name everybody and say that. But they've all done a great job of contributing in some capacity.
That's good.
Yeah.
What's one of the advantages you think you have going into conference, going into the postseason?
I would say, I think for us offensively this year, we have a lot of offensive weapons. So if one person is off, then that gives somebody else the opportunity to pick up. And we've seen that from week to week. We'll have certain players that will lead us pretty much every week in a category, and then other weeks it'll be somebody else. So I think we have a lot of offensive weapons, but I also think we just have more gas. I think we got more gas than some other teams that we're competing against. So that's the hope, is that we continue to push through that first round and get to the semifinals and then the championship.
Well, I hope y'all do end up getting there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Well, I guess we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.